Pues va. Vamos a empezar y vamos al grano ya directamente. Vamos a hacer misión principal. Vale, a ver, toca... ¿cuál era? Esta. Reúnete con Ciri en el esturión de oro. Vamos para allá. Vamos a ver, ¿dónde está? He estado buscando diagramas de escuela del brujo, del grifo, etc. Y no las iremos haciendo. Tengo espadas, tengo armaduras, creo. He conseguido alguna. Pero vamos a continuar con la historia. Que hace días que juego, no grabo, pero estoy explorando el mapa y buscando, ya digo, pues diagramas y todo eso. Todo eso. Vale, vamos a ver, no. Ah, bueno, no sé si lo he enseñado. Llevo la armadura, el set del grifo, si no me equivoco. Del grifo, sí. Entonces he encontrado la del gato. Eso, que antes he dicho el grifo, la del gato. Tengo ya todo el set completo. Pero me hace falta... ¿Ves? Los objetos deben ser mejorados al nivel Gran Maestro para desbloquear bonificaciones. Que más adelante lo conseguiremos. Ahora mismo no sé lo que es. Luego tengo este que es oro adicional, que no me interesa para nada. Quiero experiencia. Humanoides no, desmembrar no. Por monstruos. Pues de monstruos solo hay este. Que lo voy a poner. Vale, y aquí... ¿Dónde estaba? Ah, bueno, aquí de la... Uf, sí, verdad, no he vibrado. Vale. A ver el trofeo. Sí, este. Este mola, de los cuernecitos. Vale, vamos. Vamos a avanzar hoy un poquitín. No estaría mal. Porque si tengo planeado hacerlo todo, las expansiones me refiero. No sé. No sé, ¿eh? Ya veremos. De momento sí, de momento voy por buen camino. Quiero pasármelo. Ahora cuando venga la saturación de The Witcher, luego ya veremos. A mí lo que me pasa es que si juego mucho seguido a un juego, sea cual sea, me cansa. Epa. Me cansa. Mira que el The Witcher yo lo tengo en un pedestal y para mí es burrísimo el juego. Pero bueno, pues, echarle horas... Uy, ¿dónde vas, Geralt? ¿Dónde vas? Echarle muchas horas seguidas a un juego, sea cual sea, llega un momento que... Uf. Vale. Por cierto, aquí hay combate. ¿Dónde está...? Este es, ¿no? No. Sí.
Master Claytop heartily greets the challenger.
Greetings to Master Claytop from Geralt.
Will you take up the challenge? Will you face our tavern's champion?
Por supuesto, le voy a reventar el jeto. Estoy listo. Y a tope. Por supuesto.
Yeah, I'll fight this Gregorio fellow.
Your attention, please. This fine witcher has agreed to join in battle with our tavern's champion, George's George. While our champion prepares, you and I should have a chat.
Ya, claro.
Let us talk coin. I shall be blunt. You stand to earn a great deal provided you follow
Ya,
a
ya,
few
claro.
recommendations.
You asking me to cheat?
Not to cheat, to engage in an enterprise, that is all. What say you?
Nah, el brujo no sea Milana.
Kiss my ass, Master Claytop.
You'll regret that. A warm welcome to our competitors as they enter the ring. Geralt versus George, the pile driver.
No, me
May
tiene
the
brazacos,
better man win.
Dios, qué feo. ¡Ostras!
Come on, come closer.
Esto está
That's it, you're in for it.
un poco sobrepasado, a mi nivel. Ahora somos 13, si no me equivoco. No, va. No falles ahora, que si no... Si me da... ¡Buah! No, 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 no. No, tío. Vamos, dale. Vamos. Uf. ¿Por qué poco,
Our winner and the tavern's new champion is the Witcher called Geralt. Here is your prize. Archibald O'Neill is another brawler you can fight. You'll find him near the entrance to the slums. There's
¿Se va
also
borracho el de
Mortimer,
atrás o qué?
captain of the guard. He can usually be found near the Oxenfurt gate.
25% de experiencia. 160 coronas. A ver, Corín. Bueno, usados. Esto seca, Hombre, Corina.
A dream in here.
¿Qué pasa?
Never witnessed a seance like this before, let alone participated.
I will guide you. You must first achieve a kind of mental accord. I must ask some questions. You must answer them. It's important you're truthful. Answer from your heart.
Lo que tú quieras.
Your gift. Tell me how it works.
It's hard to describe. To start with, I must gain an understanding of the bond between the person and the object I'm to dream about. I ask questions, try to flesh out feelings, emotions. Truth is
¿Quién entra?
essential in this. And though most who come to me acknowledge that, many refuse to speak openly of certain matters. Apart from which, they remain unaware of others, further obscuring things.
What do you see in your dreams?
I don't. It's my client who sees. My gift lies in summoning the right dreams. At times, nightmares or strong desires impose themselves on true events. It takes skill to separate seed from chaff.
Adelante.
Let's begin.
To start with, tell me a memory you have of this woman.
What for?
Do as I ask, please. I need the strongest, most complete memory you have of...
Ciri. The woman's name is Ciri.
Bueno, empezamos por el principio, ¿no?
I accepted a job once. Did it. Asked to choose my reward, I invoked the law of surprise.
La ley de la sorpresa.
Never thought I'd actually meet the child promised to me at that time. Years later, I was in the Broccolon forest. Happened on a girl there. Didn't know who she was. The Dryads wanted to keep her, turn her into one of their own. But the Waters of Oblivion, they failed in her case. Ciri came out of Broccolon with me. I sent her back to her grandmother then. But already, I felt bound to her.
By destiny.
By something more.
Thank you. Would you be willing to share another memory?
Sí.
Yes.
No need to rush. We have time.
It was after her time training at Kaer Morhen. After the moment when Yennefer first called Ciri her daughter. We'd been separated. I knew she was in danger. I dreamt of her multiple times. I found her at Stygga Castle. She'd gone there to free Yen and gotten herself captured in the process. They wanted to hurt her. I remember fighting side by side with Ciri on stairs slippery from blood. It was the first time she ever deflected a crossbow bolt with her sword. Told her never to try it again.
These memories, they're intense. Do you wish to continue?
I have more to say.
Then please do.
Ciri was orphaned during the Second War with Nilfgaard. I had no idea what to do with a young girl. So I did what I would have done with a boy and took her to Kaer Morhen. Figured some physical training, sword work, development of her stamina couldn't hurt. I remember her standing on a crumbling wall. A stone came loose, she lost her footing. Caught her at the last possible instant. Strongest memory, though, is of her coming out of her room one day, wearing a dress and claiming she was indisposed. Knew then that Ciri was maturing. It was unavoidable. I was lost in the face of that.
I see. Do you wish to tell me anything more?
No sé si pasa algo si los hacemos todos.
Yes, I think so.
Si habrá más escenas. No sé. No me acuerdo.
It was in Rivia. The Second War with Nilfgaard had just ended. There was still tension in the air. For gods know what reason, race riots erupted in the town. I tried to do something, but couldn't stop a riled crowd. A boy with a pitchfork. He ran it right through my gut. Yennefer lay dying as well. Ciri had us carried onto a boat. We sailed to a place where apple trees bloom eternal. She left us there. That was the last time I saw her.
You claim the woman has abilities. Tell me about them.
She's a child of the Elder Blood.
A descendant of bloody Volker. The rebel burned at the stake. The prophecies claim the world's
Correct.
destroyer will be born of the firebrand's cursed blood.
Pure legend.
No one in legend transforms into prophecy when it gains believers. I think you're right to be reticent in talking about the woman. I see. Do you wish to say more?
A ver, ¿qué puedo ponerle más?
Yeah, there's something else. They call Ciri the Lady of Space and Time. Once I asked Yennefer why. She travels between worlds. Turns out I don't know how to talk about it. Didn't really understand much of what Yen told me. I just know there's more to it than traveling to different places, and that Ciri carries immense power in her blood.
I see. Do you wish to say more?
Oh, ya que estamos.
Yeah, there's something else. I remember Ciri having trouble controlling her abilities. Yennefer tried to teach her to cast simple spells, and Ciri destroyed a shed near the temple where they were. Really upset her, but it was just an old shed. I know it took her a while to gain control, and frankly, I doubt she controls her abilities fully to this day.
I see. Do you wish to say more?
No.
No, no hay
Can
nada
we
más.
start?
Naturally. I knew you cared about her. But your tone, the emotions you so carefully conceal.
Let's continue, please.
Make yourself comfortable and try to relax. You must take my hand and talk of Ciri. Tell me where you think she might be. Who could be at her side?
If Ciri couldn't find me, I'm sure she would have looked for another friend.
Who do you mean?
Jaskier. Hombre, Yennefer y Triss. Jaskier. Hombre, a ver. Jaskier normalmente está con Geralt, así que sería buena
Maybe Dandelion.
manera de empezar.
They liked each other a lot.
Que por cierto, ya casi encontraremos a Jaskier. Y Zoltan. Ya mismito. Y esa es una hechicera. ¿Cómo se llama? Creo que era una hechicera esa. El pájaro.
Dreamt of a swallow at first. After that, just nightmares.
At times, the dreams can multiply, show the past as well as the future.
The swallow. It symbolizes Ciri. She contacted Dandelion.
Pues
I
no.
didn't know he was in town.
The poet. Heard about him. Someone left him the rosemary and thyme in their will.
The road
Es a la taberna.
Where's that?
As you enter the city through the red light district, you come upon a bridge. The rosemary is just past it.
Dandelion inherited a brothel?
So I've heard.
Thanks for your help.
Good luck, Witcher. I hope you find your Ciri.
Ve a Romero y Tomillo. No te importa que te saque un poco, ¿no? Después de salvarte un poco la vida. Anda. ¿Y ese quién es? ¿Y tú de quién eres? ¿Cómo le gusta saquear a Geralt, macho? No puede, es superior a él. Vale, vamos a Romero y Tomillo.
Stop staring, you'll jinx our work.
200 metros.
You'll look fucking
What?
amazing on top of me.
No discounts, no credit.
¿Qué pasa, tío?
Lucky day.
Toma. Toma.
Rumble time!
Hala, aprende, campeón. Sí, es verdad que por las noches hay muchos bandidos. Por aquí. Romero y Tomillo. Aquí vamos a encontrar un viejo conocido de Geralt. Había que entrar por detrás. No.
I'll never come back, you stinking scatty.
Hola, buenas tardes.
Next time I'll
Hala,
rip your
toma por
fucking
culo.
legs off and shove them up your arse till you've toes for teeth.
Vaya. Mal hablado como siempre.
Geralt, in the nick of time, as always.
Zoltan, with your boot to someone's ass, as always. Who were those men?
Local
Fuerte
colour.
el cabrón,
I wasn't gone more than a moment. Long enough for them to turn our home into theirs. All right,
Bueno, otra
time
vez.
for some spring cleaning. I've got to boot them all out. Care to join
Por
me?
supuesto.
With pleasure.
A ver.
Well, how long you gonna make me wait?
Oh, bueno. Saben repartir. Vale. Muy lento, tío. Hombre, si me atacáis dos a la vez. Bueno.
Reminds me of days of yore. Eh?
Yeah, almost like we never left Burgundy.
Legate!
Hala, pastar.
I'm pleased. That went well. Now we can greet each other like the gods ordained. Ages, pal.
Hey, Zoltan. You look good.
Training plenty lately. What with the war on, no Mahakaman meat to be found, but Redanian lagers standing in just fine. You, though, you've withered a bit. Something worrying you?
No quiero preocupar.
Got some problems. Rather not burden you.
Fuck off, Geralt. Need to spill your guts to me now.
I'm looking for Ciri. I know she came to Novigrad. Might still be here.
You mean she's come back? I'll be damned. I wonder if I'd recognize her. How many years is it now? 6, 7? But what'd she be doing here?
Hiding, probably. She might be in danger.
See her in your dreams?
Couple times. Her and the Wild Hunt.
Oh, not good.
Not at all, but I know she came here and contacted Dandelion.
We've a wee problem then.
There's a few things.
Let me guess. Triss? Yennefer, perchance?
Triss and I talked. Cleared some things up. As for Yennefer, well,
So you found her? Ha! Need to tell me all about it.
I will. Some other time. Got something a tinge more important to take care of now.
Meaning?
Where's Dandelion?
I'd like to know that myself. Maybe he could explain what the hell's going on. Well, just barely returned, as you saw. Expecting to come home to a hot like a boar and some cold ale, and what do you find instead? A shite storm. Dandelion gone, the tavern chock full of bums. Haven't a clue what happened.
Let's look around. Might find something that'll put us on his trail.
Prime idea. I say we start on the ground floor. It's where he sat and wrote.
Vale, pues vamos a buscar pistas. Me voy a chutar una botella de agua y una golondrina.
10 barrels of Toussaint Dry, 5 cases of sodden triple mead. Nothing here.
No, that's exactly what we're looking for. It's his planner.
Huh. Dandelion and planning? Good one. Besides, anything he wrote here probably had a special system. Chaos only he could ever decipher. Actually, in the past, sometimes not even that.
Give him a chance. Might not be that bad. Seems when he inherited this fine establishment, it came with some fine responsibilities. Bookkeeping among them. He also made a habit of noting down the times of his meetings, official and private, So, who'd he been seeing of late? Ah, here it is. Seems he's only been meeting women of late. The dog.
Podría ser útil.
Not a bad idea. Dandelion's pretty loose-lipped. Might have blabbed something to a lady friend that'll put us on his trail.
That's what I'm counting on. We should divide these somehow. Perhaps... Ah, fuck it. I'll ask the lassies in my half, you interrogate the ones in yours. Suit you?
Zoltan, wait. This is in verse.
And you figure that's unnatural because...
Wonderful. Meet me back here when you're done. Share our findings.
Right you are. Need to do a wee bit of tidying before I go. Cannot stomach the idea of coming back to this mess. And you'd be wise to read your bit before you scurry off. If you need anything, I'll be next door.
Bueno. A ver qué hay por aquí. Carta de admiradora. Madre mía. Veo un libro ahí sin leer.
From the finest vineyards, every last one.
No one knows the fruit of the vine like Dandelion.
Su laúd. Me ha dejado aquí. Vale, lo pauso por si queréis leer. Aquí hay la agenda. Y poca cosa. Véspula, Elijal, Marabella, Zoltan y Molly. 400 punticos. Carta de Fran. Mira, aquí se han hecho una fiesta que te cagas. Vamos a hablar con Zoltan.
Still here? Looking for something?
Just checking to see that everything's in place. Buggers might have hauled something off for pawning.
Actually, glad you're still here. Wanted to ask you about someone.
Molly.
Though well she knows the touch of silken lace, she shuns not straw when gripped in lust's embrace.
Molly keeps things tidy for the Baroness Lavalette.
A baroness within reach and he settled for a chambermaid?
Dandelion's not one to judge folk by their station. You know that. Like he says, in the alcove, we're all equals.
Yeah. Guess a true poet observes life in all its aspects, examines it from all perspectives.
Madre mía, vaya cuadro.
If I didn't know him better, I'd say he was jealous about this Marabella.
Oh, I doubt it. Former pupil. And well, the tales he told me about her.
Doubt I want to hear them.
Probably better off not. Things between them took a turn for the strange at some point.
Meaning?
She had him wearing mummers' costumes. Took to calling him Christian, referring to herself as Anastasia.
Huh. Truly perverse.
He didn't ken half of it. Called him her stallion once. That's the fool took it as a compliment. Till she pulled a bit in the reins into her cupboard. Oh, poor bastard fled out the window.
Vespula. Name rings a bell. She threw his knickers out the window.
That's her.
Hollered something about him being a scoundrel with a voice like a consumptive pheasant.
That's her.
Threw flower pots at him.
Guess soul flames never die.
Rosa Bar Atre.
Like a rose abashed of its crimson hue, fair Rosa would sink into humor's blue. She shunned her lessons in civility to swing her dwarf with agility. Dwarf. Never suspected he'd be so humble.
Dwarfs what Rosa Var Atre named her Guihir Well chosen, eh? Her dad's a Novgardian aristocrat with the Imperial Legation. Commissioned Dandelion to tutor Rosa and her sister in the art of rhetoric. But we, Rosa, preferred swordplay.
How dare she reject the great bard in favor of a common swordmaster?
More than one, it seems. Week on week, we get fresh gossip about her thrashing another instructor. So bad he resigns. Word has it her dad's now looking to hire her next victim. I mean, instructor.
A figure most rare, her nature dual. Look deep in her eyes or be made a fool. Well, well, seems fascinated with this one.
Not without reason. Never been much for elven women myself, but this one's exceptional. Dare say Francesca Finderbeard be jealous.
You want to take this one, then?
Nah, you can have her.
Why?
See, elven beauty's like a young Beauclair wine, whereas I prefer vodka straight up.
Bueno, pero este no tenía una mujer.
Well, know about all I wanted to know. Thanks for your help.
Bueno, aquí podía dejar algo. Por ejemplo, esto. Esto. Esto es una mierda. Esto, por ejemplo, que no uso la ballesta. Y en principio ya está. Sí. Sí. Tengo que vender esta mierda y ya está. Espada de plata, espada de plata. Vale, arriba que hay. Nuevo indicador. Bah, da igual. Tengo tantas cosas ya. Vale. Habla con Véspula. 70 metros. A ver qué nos cuenta.
I will get you every last copper, with interest. Give me a week, please.
Horson's no banker. He's an honest man. You pay on time, you get protection. You don't pay...
Help!
What you hollering for, stupid wench? What are you hoping for? A knight in shining armor?
Close enough.
Ahí está. ¿Quién me llamaba?
Keep out of this, greyhead, not your concern.
Largo de aquí.
Go. Now.
Now listen. You might have 2 swords, but there's 4 of us.
Uy, qué
Yeah.
miedito.
4 men, collecting tribute from 1 washerwoman. Don't think I have much to fear.
Best think again.
Toma, quemaros, campeones. Hombre. ¿Qué hacemos aquí?
Come on.
Soy muy fan de Igni. Me encanta. Hala. Se acabó.
Covered in blood, all of it. So much work for naught.
No need to thank me. It was nothing.
Sorry. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful, but everything I had, I just lost.
Te pongas aquí quisquillosa, macho.
Don't know if you
Pregunta por
remember.
Jaskier.
We've met.
I don't... Wait. Wait, I know you. You're that witcher I near clobbered with a vase when... Well...
When you kicked Dandelion out, through the balcony. Actually, he's the reason I'm here. Know where he is?
Probably out whoring. That horse pheasant. That lying scoundrel.
Ouch. What did he do to get your goat?
Same thing as ever. Prize bullshitter came back, saying it was till death do we part this time. And no more than a week passed before I spotted him in Harbourside, strolling with some trollop on his arm.
Jaskier.
'Twas the last straw. All those questions about the washerwomen at the bathhouse, then this. I beat him black and blue and threw him out on his ear.
Dandelion ask you about other washerwomen? Not terribly subtle even for him.
Maybe he likes some sudsy.
Maybe. But what did he ask about, exactly?
Oh, this and that, really. What's it like at the bathhouse? Have I got any friends there? What are their working hours? I don't know. Maybe he's looking to hire one for his tavern. Maybe I got all in a huff for no reason.
This woman he was with in the harbor. Who was she?
Claimed she was his niece from Kovir. Ha! Horvir, more likely. Corset so tight her eyes were popping out her head. His too, come to think of it. An artist or a whore. Doesn't much matter as they're one in the same.
Thanks for your help. Listen, when I find Dandelion, anything I should tell him?
No. I mean, tell him he's a two-faced snake, but it would be nice if he dropped by.
Epa, nivel 14, vamos. ¿Cuál está más cerca? Vale. Pues esta. Vamos a ver a Elihal. Que por el nombre es elfa. O había una enana. ¿Cuál era la enana? Oh. Jesús. Madre mía.
Welcome, welcome. Do come in.
¿Cómo?
I'm a friend of Dandelion's, looking for Elihal.
You've come to the right spot. How might I be of service? Need something shortened? Patch your trousers, darn your socks.
You Elihal?
Yes. Now pick your jaw up off the floor.
Sorry, I thought Elihal was one of Dandelion's
Correcto, yo también.
Oh, so it's that. Wait here. Any better?
So you're...
Elihal.
Did you and
Ay, Dios
Dandelion...
mío.
I mean, how did you two meet?
I met him one night
Qué
in a
cara
tavern.
de
He was
Geralt.
blind drunk.
Solo quiero saber el
Don't
resto.
think I want to know what happened next.
Oh, stop. He wasn't so drunk as not to figure it out. Besides, men don't interest me. I told him that from the start. Luckily, Dandelion's an open-minded fellow. We had a lovely evening. He became a loyal customer afterwards.
¿Cuánto viste por
Dandelion
última
visit
vez a
your shop
Jaskier?
often?
I tried many times to talk him into a decent doublet. Sadly, he'd only come in to get a button rear fixed or a hole patched.
When did you last see him?
Some time ago, he brought in one of
¿Qué brazos más
Zoltan's
raros que
jerkins,
tiene?
insisted I sew on an extra pocket. Odd as requests go, I had the distinct feeling he'd actually come to talk.
What did you and Dandelion talk about? He ask about anything in particular?
Let me think. Had an ordinary chat, really. Although, indeed, he did keep asking about Kalkstein. If Dandelion and I hadn't laid our cards on the table at the start, I might have suspected he had a history with the alchemist. He spoke like a lovesick beau. In fact, He desperately wished to meet with him.
Kalkstein's in Novigrad? Wouldn't mind seeing him myself.
You're too late, I fear. The witch hunters nabbed him recently, burned him at the stake in Hierarch Square. But as he perished, the goings-on impressive. Fiery beasts circled his pyre, then rose into the sky and exploded to form letters.
Really? What did they spell?
Radovid sucks flaccid cock.
I know this is none of my business, but why do I
dress up? As a child, I dreamt of becoming a Doppler when I grew up. I became a tailor instead. Discovered clothing. Costumes can express all the complexities of one's personality. I'm a Redanian countess one day, a dockside thug the next. That is true freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Have you never thought to become someone else? Even for a moment? Must be horribly boring being a witcher all the time.
I managed to stay interested.
Vale.
Thanks for your help, and nice to meet you.
I can help with much more. If you need new trousers or a vest, you know where to find me.
Mm-hmm.
Bones are aching again.
Elijal. Vale, siguiente. Maravilla. Maravilla. Vale, 170 metros.
Geralt of Rivia,
¿qué queréis?
Witcher. White Wolf, they call you?
You stand
¿Quién pregunta?
accused of offending religious sentiment. We've orders to take you in for interrogation. Surrender your weapons.
¿Cómo? ¿Qué dice?
This is a misunderstanding. But fine, take them. Though I'll need a receipt. Wouldn't want to lose anything.
Yeah, drawing it up for you.
Engañado.
Remember the preacher who spoke of witches and witchers? A man you humiliated before his faithful. He asked that we administer a sacrament on his behalf. Your last rites.
What?
Too late to surrender.
¿Me mataron, tío? Que yo recuerde no he hecho nada. Toma, hostia. ¡Ja! Hostia. Venga, hombre. Como que la verdad que pienso a lo mejor no lo puedo hacer parry. Se ha ganado a hostias. Hostia, espérate. Hala, tu casa, campeón. A hostia limpia. Y ni con esas. ¿Está? Ese también está muy guapo. Bueno, si me canso lo cambio y ya está. Pero vamos a intentar ir siempre así, afeitado y con ese peinado. Uy, interrumpo algo.
Excuse me,
hostia.
I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Por supuesto.
I'll wait.
Hay que ser
It won't
cortés.
take long. It turns out he'll not come after all. Why not?
Vale, vamos a esperar afuera.
Eternal fire walk with you.
Ya.
Eternal fire walk with you.
Venga, va, desvelando niños. Venga, va. Venga, va. No me entero yo que juegues a Fortnite, Que os cierro el grifo. Oh, va, Marvella. Tui, solas.
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems?
No. We perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mold. That was his interest. When his hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelions? Mere exercises, true, but I'd be curious to know what you thought of them.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snakely whip rose skyward. Jee-haw! Crack! She reined the beast in. The stallion danced betwixt her thighs. Lather bathed its chinny chin.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry.
Ni yo tampoco.
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life. But he never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
También, ¿de verdad?
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
Mira cuánta cosa para robar. Pero no, me estoy quitando. De verdad, lo prometo. Bueno, vamos a hablar con Molly. Entra por aquí, como Pedro por tu casa. Sí, se parece. Vale. 80 metros. Bueno, a ver qué nos cuenta. No, por aquí no. Ah, vale, por aquí. A ver qué nos cuenta la buena de Molly. ¿Qué pasa? Ah, ya me acuerdo de esta.
This baronet's Lavallette's villa.
¿Qué hago yo con esas espadas equipadas?
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Vale, creo que hay un...
At my doorstep. Surely this is no chance encounter.
Greetings, Baroness.
No me acuerdo, no.
Greetings, General. You're right. I'm here for a reason.
There's no mistaking you. But for etiquette's sake, Mary Louisa Lavalette, an Imperial General and a Witcher meet, and know each other. Surprising.
We met before.
And how? Imagine this, Louisa. The Emperor desired a chat with the Witcher. I, too, was fortunate enough to meet him then.
So Geralt of Rivia now works for Emperor Emir. Interesting. Has Gar Emry sent you to rid Novigrad of monsters?
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
My maidservant. I'm afraid she's currently at the home of my dear friend Patricia Vegelbud.
Perhaps Geralt could accompany us. He could speak with Molly at the races.
Is that something you'd consider, Witcher? Care to partake of some sophisticated diversion?
Well, if Molly'll be there.
On our way then.
O podemos ir directamente ahí, por nuestra cuenta, o con ellos.
We've arrived.
My father owned a similar estate in Bruges. As a young girl, I'd travel there often to ride.
Shall we look at the horses? Do you like horses, Geralt?
I guess so.
Sí, son
Every
bonitos,
horse I've
muy
had
nobles.
roach.
The grey mare is Cantarella, sired by Cacería, the champion from Vol.
Grey's a nice color. For horses, too.
My coin's on the black stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General. Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Retanian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord de Volte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
Is Molly a horse?
Pardon?
I did come here to see Molly, after all.
Patience, Witcher. She ought to arrive soon. I asked Molly to join us as soon as she was done with her chores. She shouldn't be long now.
All depends what you asked her to do, milady. But I don't really have a choice. I'll wait.
I wait. Vale, sabe mucho de caballos.
Seem to know your horses.
No is not the word. Morvran's a true expert.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage.
Es muy
to
noble el
settle
caballo,
this
eso sí.
thing.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
¿Perdona?
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
Es bonita. Venga.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Well said.
Vamos a patearle el
So,
trasero.
which steed do you choose, Witcher?
Pues el de Zerrikania, ¿no? Si tiene
Heard
resistencia,
tales of
vamos.
Zerrikanian horses. I'll ride the bay.
I'll not ride with you, but I shall bet on a steed. Nemrod will win, no matter the rider.
Cantarella for me, then. I see no point in delaying this. Let's begin.
Venga, va. No me gustan mucho las carreras de caballos, pero bueno.
Riders, ready!
I adore the speed.
Vamos ahí, quemando rueda.
Faster.
Quemando casquillo, ¿no? Quemando casco. Para tener resistencia a la tela.
Don't spare the horse. I adore the speed, the rush of air.
No, no, no. Ush.
Come on, Witcher. Let's see what you're made of.
Qué majos. Se paran a mi lado. Cabrón. No, 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 no. Uf.
What
Madre
a
mía,
thrill!
¿por qué ha frenado ahí?
A beautiful victory.
Thanks.
For one
Gracias.
for whom every horse is a roach, you carry yourself exquisitely in the saddle. My congratulations. That
Dame la silla.
is yours.
Mira tú qué bien.
Now, could I talk to your chambermaid, milady?
Ah, yes, Molly. That is why you came here after all. The portly young
No
woman.
te hagas la tonta.
That's her.
Speak to her. And you must find us when you're ready to return to Novigrad. We'd be delighted to join you for the journey.
Well,
Qué bien.
another freak.
El mob rat este.
Washed your hair lately?
A ver, Molly.
I'm Molly, my lord. Wish to see me?
Call me Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again.
Ese mismo. Qué puto.
That's right. Except it's the other way around. I'm always saving him.
Mean to say it weren't Dandelion saved you in Flotsam by severing your noose with an arrow from 100 paces?
What? Dandelion
No.
couldn't. Never mind. Any idea where our master archer might be at the moment?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. The Baroness don't approve of our acquaintance. Says Dandelion's a good-for-nothing layabout. Can you imagine?
No le falta razón.
But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
Creo que le enseñamos esgrima, creo. Si no recuerdo mal. Creo que sí es esta, esta misión. Pero quizás su hermana podría... ¿Cómo?
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Of course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw him myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Sí, será eso.
Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I ask Dandelion when we visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait. Before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks. And good luck to you on your search.
Qué maja. Eso sí, un poco tontita.
Well, well, another freak.
¿Qué me ha llamado?
Washed your hair
O sea, un puto criado... Ah, no. Bueno, sí, tú también.
Sod off.
Joder. Vale. Entonces hay que hablar con estos para volver, ¿no?
There you are. Shall we return together?
Sí, vámonos.
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
Ciudad libre de Novigrado, unas horas después.
And here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
Vale, y nos quedará Rosa Baratre.
Mysterious murders happening in some house.
Mira, tenemos suerte, está aquí.
Did you catch him?
No luck. What do you want?
Ah, este. Ahí está. Estoy buscando a Rosa Baratre.
Oh, mate, if you only knew what I want. Miss Rosa don't see just anybody.
I'm Geralt of Rivia, a witcher.
Soon as Miss Rosa turns into a striker, I'm sure her papa will send for you. But she's not showing any symptoms yet, so I venture you're not needed. On your way now. Thanks, we ain't looking for no witcher.
Vale. Tendré que haber dicho que soy el profesor de esgrima. Pero bueno. Mejor me cuelo, ¿no? ¿Por dónde? Ahí ya. Eso ya es otro cantar. ¿Si vuelvo a ir? No. ¿Por dónde entro?
It's a material world, and I'm a material girl.
Coño. Chatina. ¿Qué haces aquí sola? Bueno. Uy. No, no me mató. Ole.
Who are you? Why are you here? Answer this instant or I'll summon the guards.
Sorry to sneak in, miss. I'm Geralt, a friend of the bard Dandelion.
Geralt of Rivia? The famed witcher of the ballads?
What are you doing here, Vagrant? How'd you get in? Well, I let no one in the front, my lady. I swear it on the great sun.
Not a word. I'll handle this. Hold your tongue, sir. This is Frederick Francis de Bergerac, my new swordplay instructor, correct? Show him to the training room. I shall join him shortly.
But milady's a witcher. Said so himself back by the gates.
Captain, do you truly believe Rosa Varatra would train with random clods calling themselves sword masters? No. The Varatras demand the very best. Thus, we've hired a witcher. Take him to the training room, now.
As you say, miss.
Venga, va. Mayordomo. Corre.
Hope you realise what you've got
Venga, va,
yourself into.
Hope so too.
Miss Rosa's got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword. Grab a wooden one. And take care not to hurt the little miss. You'll learn the ambassador's life. Follow me.
You're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Bueno, una niña de papá. Venga. Toma, toma. Uy, va. Vaya guarrazo me ha dado.
Shut up and fight.
Oiga.
Ratted! You're quick! What? Damn it! Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay
¿Qué
instructor.
piensas?
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
Ah, tenían gemelas. No hemos hablado
Am I
aquí hace un
imagining
momento.
things? Didn't we just have this conversation in the garden?
The garden? Yes, yes. In the garden. So, what was it you said? Why are you here?
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was
Para
me.
nosotras.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship.
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
Si quieres otra paliza, yo encantado. Uy, va. Va. Ahí va. Ahí va. Ahí va. Vaya combo me ha hecho ahí. Buah. Tía, Geralt, córtate un poco. Vaya patada. Hostia. Vaya patada, Geralt. Por favor. Dale, dale. Soy brujo, coño. Bueno, ¿sería darme algunos particulares? Lo siento, estoy ocupado.
Gotta say no. Schedule's packed just now.
As you wish. What are you two lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna var Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Hang on. So it was you in the garden?
Of course it was me. Why, did Rosa try to play you for a fool? Don't be mad. We've done this since we were children. People have always mistaken us for one another.
¿Se importaría
Could
explicarme?
someone please explain what this is all about? Which of you met with Dandelion?
No need to get angry, instructor. I'll explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth two sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Bueno.
Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What would you like to know?
Changing subjects. What are two young Nilfgaardian aristocrats doing in Novigrad?
Dying of boredom. Papa's a diplomat. He also has many business dealings in Novigrad. He's a member of the Trade Corporation. Takes us along everywhere he goes, and must then find us new tutors in each spot. And so in Novigrad, the task fell to the poet Dandelion, Rosa's betrothed. Edna!
Dandelion act any different lately? Notice anything strange?
Strange? Not really. It's no use, Geralt. She's so enamored she'd hardly notice if he turned into a werewolf. Edna, what? You needn't pretend he followed convention. Remember when he took us to the cemetery?
Rhetoric lessons in a cemetery. Unusual even for Dandelion.
We set out to visit the graves of celebrated Oxenford professors. He ended up quizzing us about Margrave Henkel.
Who?
Eccentric old coot. Died recently. He'd apparently been an important and generous patron of the arts as a young man.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trabaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented.
Priscilla.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense.
Si no recuerdo mal
We've
es
heard her as Calenthe a few times.
Priscilla.
Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Calenthe.
Caloneta.
Been a pleasure, but I've got stuff to take care of.
Exceedingly nice to meet you. Please come again.
Por supuesto.
Well, can I expect any more lessons in future?
No.
Sorry,
No
Rosa.
puedo.
Afraid I can't at the moment.
Farewell then. Oh, payment for your time.
Nada, tu casa. Anda, hombre. $120. No, aquí había un cofre. Bah, vaya mierda. Hala. No sé si al verle dicho eso, imagino que ya no haré más misiones con ella. Hay una misión, pero bueno, es un poco... Tampoco que sea gran cosa. Vale, vamos a consultar a Zoltan y lo iremos dejando. Va a ser cortito pero intenso. Hoy hemos avanzado bastante en la historia. Bueno, bastante. Digamos que solo hemos hecho historia más un poco de Gwent. Un poco fallido, pero bueno. Nos hemos dedicado a la historia. Hemos avanzado un poquitín. Pero bueno, lo iremos dejando.
No bread, no coin, poor as shite.
Vale, 60 metros. Flores rotas. Consulta con Zoltan. Por cierto, me he fijado que tengo mal puestas las armas, tío. ¿Qué hacía yo? Por eso no me salía esta. ¿Qué decía yo? A ver.
How are you keeping, Bobby? Monsieur Zoltan, you old bum? What's this? Haven't even drunk a
Hola, qué guapo.
naughty bird. Now repeat. Ah, you're back. You met Poppy?
A Poppy.
Start talking any day now.
Es una lechuza, no un loro.
Venture to say a mage would have trouble turning that owl into a parrot.
Sure you know me that well? Mark my words, she'll be playing quint with us in no time. But we were to talk about Dandelion. So,
Correcto.
how'd you do? Learn much?
Bastante, la verdad.
Women on my list hadn't seen Dandelion in a while. All claimed he had been acting strange. Also mentioned he'd been seeing someone else. Thing is, Mystery Woman wasn't on my list.
What's she supposedly
Calenthe.
Blonde, from Kovir. A Troberitz, apparently, named Calenthe or something like that.
Pero creo que es Priscila, ¿no?
That makes it clear as crystal. It's Priscilla. Aye.
Ahí está.
Must be her.
La misión que se viene, tío, es súper bonita. Es súper bonita. Me encanta.
Who's this Priscilla?
A Troberitz, like you said. Quite popular of late. Picture Dandelion with a pair of tits and you've got the general idea.
Interesting image. So how'd Dandelion handle meeting his female double?
I think he fell in love.
What can I say? Could be he finally met his match.
She's his match, all right. Maybe more. Laddie's head's on fire. Lassie's got him whirling.
All right. Guess we gotta talk to her.
Priscilla works with a mummers troupe. Reynard and the Foxen. Whenever they're in town, she performs nightly at the Kingfisher.
Martín Pescador.
Sentenced to an evening of poetry.
Must you always? This'll be true poetry, Geralt. You'll see.
De verdad es muy buena esa misión, ¿eh? Vale. Pues ya está. Y con esto acabaríamos la misión, supongo. Pero bueno, yo lo dejo ya. Porque hay un rato todavía para acabarla y... Ya llevamos un ratito y tampoco lo quiero alargar mucho hoy. Así que nada, lo vamos a dejar ya por aquí. Nada, lo siempre, muchas gracias por todo, muchas gracias por seguirme y por verme, por supuesto. Y nos vemos en el siguiente. Hasta luego. Chao.